won the ball on my season.
Well, it was a fugly ball, so that's probably why you. Okay.
There we go.
I'm kidding. Hello Divas, I'm Cherry West, the next generation of drag, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here and haven't seen this gorgeous today, look at me, I look fabulous, on YouTube, make sure to click that, pardon? Make sure to like, comment down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you can see my weekly uploads with fabulous stars all around the world for UK vs. World reviews. Anyway, speaking of that, joining me to review UK vs. World episode 2, that's for episode 2, is one of Drag Race UK's finalists. It's the one and only Kitty Scott, Claus.
It's alright, boys. Kitty don't bite. Not now she's been fed.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh my god, you look absolutely gorgeous. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm currently in... Where am I?
You're in
Medway. I'm in Medway.
Oh my god, I love that. Is it a fun little city?
It's gorgeous, but I've only just learned it's not an actual place. River was showing me around earlier, River Medway, who was on my season of Drag Race, and she was like, oh yeah, I was like, where do I get the train to? And she was like, there's no Medway station. And I was like,
Hey.
but you're from Medway. And she was like, no, it's like, it's not a thing. And I'm like, you've built a whole career on this place.
She's literally called River Medway.
Literally, I'm like, but there's a River Medway, but we're not in Medway. This is Rochester, which I thought was up north, but okay, we move.
Oh well, anyway. So what's your first impressions of like the season of UK vs. World?
I'm loving it. Do you know what? I love these girls so much. I think there's so much talent on that stage that I think, like, honestly, like, week to week, I think it could literally go any way. Like, oh my god, what a cast.
I agree. Now, I have a question before we get into this week's episode. Would you ever do, like, an All-Stars or, like, a UK vs. World? Any... Would you do anything?
Oh my god, do you know what? I had such a good time doing Drag Race last time. That is like, oh my god, I would love to go back one day. But well, it has to be like the right timing, you know?
I want to see you back on something that's not revolved around MasterChef or...
Nothing cooking. No, yes. I'm done with that.
Anyway, let's get straight into the episode. So it's a ball. Now, on your season, how did you do on the ball? Because obviously it was quite a while back, so I don't remember.
I won the ball on my season. It was the fugly... Also, I'm not naked, by the way. I have got something on. It's off the shoulder. Yeah, I won the ball on my season.
Well, it was a fugly ball, so that's probably why you... Okay.
There we go.
I'm kidding. Okay, let's just go straight into the first looks. So we've got... First up to the runway, we have Hannah Conda, and category is Lazy, Prince, and Charming. And she's giving us this, like, kind of like drag king look. She has, like, a moustache, and she's got, like... I see you in this. You've got, like, pinks and greens.
Do you know what? Hannah can do no wrong in my eyes. I mean, also, first and foremost, I hate this category. I'm so over it already.
Oh yeah,
like,
I don't know why this is...
I was like, this is trash. This would be the one that I'd be like, I would spend the least money on this runway. I would be like, this is not the one. Like, hate this. Not a bit of me. Can't be glamorous. But so I think you have to go like funny with it, which is what Hannah did. And I thought Hannah was brilliant. Like, really, it was very Hannah. Yeah. And I love as well about Hannah, I love how all three of her looks were cohesive. It was telling a story.
I really like this hair on Hannah. I think she should start going with like a tiny little bow.
It was cute. Yeah, really cute.
And moving on to Hannah Conda's next look. This was like Evil Queen. Now I love this category. I think I do really well in this category because I get portrayed as a villain quite a lot. But it's one of my favourites that I've seen from Hannah Conda so far. And she has pulled like really good looks this season, and it's literally episode 2.
I think the thing is, with Hannah, what I love the most is the face. The face is always so stamped. It is so perfect every time. Like, I remember like meeting her for the first time. We met at like DragCon LA last year, and I remember like literally just talking to her being like, all I'm looking at is her, oh, let's not look at my lace, but like it's always so stamped. And I think like she's got so like in my head, if I think of Hannah Conda, that is the look I want to see. Yeah. She was gorgeous.
Yes, I agree. And moving on to her last look, which she actually, it was obviously, I forgot to mention, it was a sewing challenge. The category was Drag to Riches Eleganza. This was absolutely gorgeous. I can't sew, so girl, I don't know how this even was made, but this is absolutely gorgeous. And the ginger hair on Hannah Conda, she needs to wear this more.
Do you know what? I loved it. I love She
Oh my
can do
God.
no wrong
Are
in
you
my eyes.
getting a butt?
But there's a but. I feel like there was with the mice, I was like, I love it. And also, I'm not a sewer either. So I'm like, anything you can do to distract in a sewing challenge is a win in my eyes. So I feel like it was strategically done. But I mean, I was a bit like, come on, girl, let's see the actual garment, you know?
I'd watch it.
But also, right, where credit's due, she did that with a glue gun.
Yes.
I wouldn't know what to do with that.
I don't know how that's was that possible for you to do?
God no. Oh my God. I hate like all the sewing challenges. That's my worst, like my idea of hell.
No, literally same. Moving on to our next queen, we have Jombers Blonde. Category is Lady to Prince Charming. Isn't that? Yeah, we're going with that for the category today. I think this was absolutely awful.
I like this one. I think Jombers has great style, great fashion.
Really?
Yeah. I stand by it. And also, like, again, Jombers, obviously not as strong a narrative as like Hannah's and Teresa's and other people's, but I love how each look was so like, this is one of my favorite designers, this is another of my favorite designers. So I love how like it was all like a love letter to her childhood, because fairy tales are so nostalgic, and you know, so love that. But no, I thought it was, I like this one.
I think I love the detail, and I think it was like really different and creative for this category, but I it just wasn't my favourite out of all of them, I can't lie. Don't cancel me, please. Moving on to our next category is Evil Queen. This look was the best Jombers has, I think, literally ever done in her life.
Hands down, full stop, forever.
I want this in every colour.
The Mugler with the lava. Unreal.
It's kind of like similar to Scarlet Envy's promo.
Yeah. But I was thinking of Jan's promo for All Stars.
All Stars 6. Yes.
But like the Mugler, like I was like all about it. I oh my God, she looks incredible.
I love
Full stop, like that was like the best of the. I mean, this was a really good. Like I think this category was really, really strong for the She-Evil Queen. I think that was like my top two. Like that was up there for me.
I think this was incredible. I like this is the level we want to see Jombers at every single week. I'm obsessed. It's literally phenomenal. The next category is Drag to Riches Eleganza. Okay. Do you have anything to say?
I thought it was cute. Do you know what though? I was like, it's a little slaggy little mini dress, isn't it? So it's a bit of me. I'd be like, that's gorgeous. Love that. I'd be like, don't even do the back part. Don't even make it princessy. Just keep it nice and short. But that's where other people like fell down.
This hair is not my favourite.
But also with like, you can only do so much with like, if they give you shit material, you know?
Oh, yeah, that is true. Moving on to our next queen category is Lady to Prince Charming. This was Aranchalestina La Mancha. Is that how you say it? Fuck knows.
I have not got an idea how to say it.
I mean, anyway, this look was like, I like the hair. I like the hair colour. I just didn't like the fringe. It was giving Claudia Winkleman just on eBay in orange.
Oh my God. Do you know what though? Like, and as soon as I saw the undergarments, it was all I was looking at from the off. It was like, and I wanted to be like, oh my God, babe, like you just need to like, it's like little things like that. And especially like at this level, it's like things that you're like, oh my God, she's going to kick herself watching this back.
Yeah. Moving on to our next category is Evil Queen. Now, she went with the Mean Girls reference, which I think is so different for this category, and I wouldn't have even thought of that. I think it was really good, and obviously the Mean Girls movie has just recently came out. So I think this is quite calm. It's definitely probably one of her best looks she's done on UK vs. World. I think it was really cool, and I love the big Mean Girls logo at the back.
Oh my God, my favourite thing was when she turned around and it said, "See you next Tuesday, book." Rue was like, can't book. You can. I believe in you. Oh my God, I was gone. That was so funny. Yeah, I love the Mean Girls reference. It's like, I think that's really clever because no one is going to think of that. Everyone's going to think of like the poison apple, like the Maleficent horns, you know, like it's all things like that where it's like, I really appreciate when people think outside of the box. I never do. I always go for
Yeah, I'm the same. And moving on to the next category is Drag to Riches Eleganza, and it's okay,
okay, full stop.
Okay, oh my God! Yeah, this next.
Do you know what? I like that there was a narrative. She had an idea.
Yeah,
It wasn't a
an
nice idea, but she still went with it and she stuck to it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It just also I just think it hit like either go to the floor or be like a mini dress, and if it's me, be a mini dress. But like, don't be like that awkward like length.
Yeah,
it's not the one.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to our next queen, it's Tia Kofi, and category is Lady to Prince Charming. Now, I think Tia is literally like stepped up her game 1000%. This look is so fierce drag, and I love it.
The Katniss Everdeen, obsessed. I mean, it was literally Katniss Everdeen, full stop, hands down. Incredible. Like, so, and also I love the whole thing that she has with Rue and Michelle when they're like, what's in the basket? What's in the, you know? I think it's so funny. It's so clever. And it's one of those things where it's like, she can do anything. And the judges are going to like eat it up because literally.
Because I'm Tia.
But that's the thing as well. It's like, she doesn't need to rely on it. But the fact she has that, it's like that shtick, it's like, oh, priceless.
I agree. Moving on to her next look, category is Evil Queen. Now, I was literally like, I got teared up from this. Like, this was obviously Cherry, got the name Cherry. She was such a big inspiration, and obviously when she passed away, like, seeing Tia bring this back to Drag Race and bring it to light, I think this is gonna like change so much with like the drag fan audience. And this look was absolutely gorgeous.
I think it was so stunning. Again, it was so well done, and I just think like it's so important to keep the memory of Cherry alive and keep talking. And I think that's one thing we can take from this whole experience with Cherry, that it's like it's so important to talk and it's so important to keep the conversation going. And so the fact that Tia got to do this on the BBC, I think was incredible. Like, well done. And it was gorgeous. It was stunning.
I agree. She did pay like a really good homage to Cherry Valentine. Moving on to the next category. Category is Drag to Riches Eleganza. I can't remember. I've literally got the worst memory. Okay, this was a step up from the last sewing challenge that Tia did. I think it was ugly, but it was fierce. At least she didn't have a hole in the armpit. Like, do you know what I mean? It was kind of
exactly. Do you know what? It can only ever get better for Tia, because that sewing challenge last time was so bad. No, that last time it was awful, and she said that herself. This, I'm like, I mean, it was not my favorite look, but I think as well the other two looks were so fab and so fierce that it was like, okay, she's good. Like, she's safe.
Yes.
I think she did a really good job with, like, again, with the materials that they got given. Like,
moving on to our next queen from Drag Race France, it's La Grande Dame, and category is Lady to Prince Charming. I thought this was gorgeous. Cool. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I loved like the boob part. Like, I think this was really nice and one of probably the best in this category. She
can do no wrong in my eyes. Honestly, like everything she does, I'm like,
Saying that because you fancy her.
That too. But she's like every runway. I'm like, I can't wait to see her in a sewing challenge. Not a sewing challenge, like a comedy challenge, or like Snatch Game. But then, didn't she say did she win Snatch Game on her season?
Yeah, she did. She did indeed.
What can't she do? Like, she is. Her and Marina are my front runners at this point.
Obsessed. Moving on to the next category. Category is Evil Queen. Now, La Grande Dame. Wow. This is like...
Oh.
You just remembered what it was, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I was like, yes. And then I was like, oh, yes. Oh, my God.
It was insane. We've never seen this on Drag Race UK before.
How would you even think of doing something like that? Imagine being like, oh, I'm going to do it on stilts, like one of the lines.
How would you bring that into the workroom?
You'd be like, what the bloody hell is this? Imagine like, I'd be in there like pulling out like my little Maleficent costume and then looking around and being like, what the bloody hell?
Well, you'd be given Wicked and then she'll be telling you'd be like, what? Moving on to the next category is Drag to Riches Eleganza. Now, she's giving us this gold. I think this is gorgeous. And yet again, definitely up there with one of the best from the sewing challenge. I thought like the proportions of the way this, like the length of the skirt and stuff, I think just like gorgeous. Perfect to a T. I wouldn't change
absolutely stunning. Like, also the fact that like she made that. I know I keep saying about the fabrics that they got given, but she made that with the fabric she got bloody given. Like,
yeah, it's literally gorgeous. I want to wear that.
Yeah, totally. And it's like, how do you even like comprehend? Like, I'll be like, oh, I'll make this and I'll make this and I'll be like,
I don't even know where I'd start in a sewing challenge.
No,
I don't even know where I'd start in a sewing challenge. I'd genuinely be fucked. I'd be like Bagga on Yuki vs. World. I'd sit there and let someone else do it for me.
Literally, be like, I'm gonna have a nap.
No, literally, I would. Moving on to our next queen is Scarlet Envy, and category is Lady to Prince Charming. This was fucking horrendous.
I can't remember what this one was. What did she do? Yeah, no. See, again, this is the category that I'd be like, hate this, gonna spend the least money, and that's clearly what Scarlett thought as well. Like,
yeah, it was definitely not. It wasn't even giving like Prince Charming. It was giving like. Anyway, yeah, this was not a tea. Moving on to Scarlet Envy's next category, it's Evil Queen. This was fierce. I thought this was gorgeous. Like I loved the emeralds, like green, and the headpiece. I thought everything was just perfect. I loved it. What did you think?
like everyone sort of had the same thing where it's like the first look was like bit of a rubbish category. Second look, Evil Queen. This was like boom, 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 like hit. Loved it. Like so good. Classic Scarlett. Like this is what I want to see.
Moving on to the next category, Drag to Riches Eleganza. I don't know why I keep fucking forgetting that one.
Did she give you lemon?
Oh my god, yes! In her
colour
entrance. Well, in the
I could just see lemon.
This is similar to Lemon's entrance, I think. Like the way it's like very baggy but big.
Yeah.
I mean, I
don't
know if it's just because it's yellow hair, but
I know that could literally be what it is. But yeah, I was a big fan of the actual fabric she used. Like,
yeah.
was it like
yeah, it was like a blue velvet like type.
Velvety one? I was like, oh, okay, not what I would have picked, but go off. But like the construction was there, like everything was there, and again, it was a really strong concept. So I think like, well done, you babes.
Moving on to our next queen, it's Kita Minaj, and category is Lady to Prince Charming. This was very different. I think it was very something you'd see from Kita Minaj and no one else. I love the hair. I think that's it. I love the ruffles on like the pink ruffles at the side, but yeah, it wasn't my favourite.
Yeah, no, again, like this, I mean, it was very Kita. And I think that's great. She's got a brand, she's going to stick to it. Fabulous, that's what I like. But this category was just like, she wasn't the one for me.
Yeah, it was. I don't know why they picked this. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Moving on to Nicki Minaj's next look category is. What the fuck's the category? Evil Queen. This was incredible. She had like a big horse or like a dragon.
Yeah.
I thought this was so fierce.
This. Again, how would you pack that? How do people? Because like it's so restrictive. When you go to Drag Race, it's like you must have this many bags, like can't be over this way. It's like, how is this possible?
I don't know. Oh my god.
So how do people carry like all this up? Like, oh my god, blows my mind.
The next category is Drag to Riches Eleganza, and Nicki Minaj has made this like, I think this is gorgeous, like the big drape at the back with like the boob part. I think it's really good. And her makeup.
Sleeves.
Gorgeous.
Sleeves.
Gorgeous. Yes. Or was it sleeves?
Really, really long sleeves. Yeah, fab. Oh my god. Again, she's another one that like I think she's quieter. She's a quieter individual, which is good because not everyone can be the loudest person in the room, and if you are, you're the most annoying. Goes without saying. But like I'm really warming to her, and I'm loving. I didn't watch Holland, so like I'm loving getting to know it. It's the same. Like this is what I love about these series is that it's like I don't watch these franchises.
Yeah, neither do I.
And then it's like, oh, I'm going to watch this one. I'm going to watch this one.
I agree. Moving on to our next queen representing the UK is Godfrey Kendall, and category is Lady to Prince Charming. There we go, we got there at the end. Okay, this was... Yeah, I don't think anyone spent money on this, to be honest.
Well, I think Gothy's stunning. Full stop. Like, Gothy can wear anything, and I'd be like, that's the one. I love that. Like, hats off to her. Like
I love this color of hair on Gothy. I think this. I've never seen like white, like pure white.
Yeah. Like, and again, was it the third look when she did like the pink and the pastel? I was like,
yeah,
she's showing. But the thing is, I'm so grateful for Gothy to be there. Like after last week, I mean, she shouldn't have been at the bottom in my opinion. And show, I thought it was iconic, not for the right reasons. This is so funny. Like,
I think she was recording it on like voice memos, and then
literally just there, like.
The next category was Evil Queen. Now, this kind of reminded me of your favorite person in the whole world, of Crystal Versace's Cruella look.
Oh my god, yes.
I think
It took me a second then. I was like, Baby Spice? What are you going with?
I think this was gorgeous. I love the hair. Goffy just serves the runways every single time.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
100%. And it makes me like sad that it's like, oh my god, just think of like all the runways, like sickening runways. We would have got on like UK1 if she stuck around.
Wow.
Well, anyway.
Moving on to our next category is Drag to Riches Eleganza. Now, as you said, this pastel look, we've not seen anything from Goffy before. Mm-hmm. So to see this, and she's really showing like loads of different colours, and I'm obsessed.
Yeah, oh my god, insane. So good. So good. I loved it. And like I said, it's anything Gothy does, I'm like, oh, I love it, because we've never seen it before.
Moving on to our next queen from Drag Race Philippines, it's Marina Summers, and category is Lady to Prince Charming. Okay, this was fierce. I like this like blue colour on Marina. I think the way it flowed was gorgeous. Yeah, I think it fit the category kind of. What do you think?
I mean, again, Marina, everything she does is like, can you please leave some room for everyone else? Because
no, literally.
So, like, even, I mean, we'll get onto it, that second look, I'm like, she's trying to be ugly here. And still it's like, that bitch, can't stand her. I don't want to be friends with her because she's too pretty. Like, also, she's so, like, everything about her is so, like,
yeah,
like, oh, such a fan, such a huge fan. And, like, this look was incredible.
And as you said, moving on to her second look, category was Evil Queen. Incredible.
Oh, my God.
I'm obsessed.
Didn't get the reference at all because it's a Filipino thing, but like I didn't care. I was like, I'm so here for it.
I love the fact that she's not afraid to do references that aren't going to be seen in the UK. I think that's really important for like a UK versus the world season.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving on to the next category was Drag to Riches Eleganza. Now this blue gown, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I can't believe she sold this in the same amount of time that like someone else that was awful sold it.
Insane. Was she in the top? She wasn't, was she?
She was in the top something high. Top 3.
Oh, okay. She was high. Good. Because that was incredible. And she was there like, this is the first dress I've ever sewn. It's like...
Wait, really?
Yeah. And Michelle's like, get out.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ, girl. Moving on to our last queen on the runway. Category is Lady to Prince Charming, and it's Teresa May, your season 3 sister.
Oh, my sister.
That sounded so funny.
I loved this first look. This was my favourite one because it was so stupid. It was but it was Teresa. She could do no wrong in my eyes. I loved it. I thought she was like so funny with the little moustache and everything. Like brilliant. Yeah, no, 10 out of 10 Teresa. Loved it. It was when they were like, she looks like the eggplant emoji, the aubergine emoji. I was like,
yeah, I think she did actually. Moving on to the next category is Evil Queen. Now, Teresa, I think, is giving like villain dame like panto.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, get her up in adult panto. Let's do it.
Also, the smoke coming out the...
That was like attention to detail.
Oh my god, incredible. Like, again, how'd you pack that?
Moving on to Teresa's last look. I can see why she was in bottom. No offense.
I think it was a cute concept. I just think you're doing princess. Let's not do ugly sister. Let's keep them separate. She said it. She said she was doing like ugly sister.
That is true. Yes.
The fabric was so ugly. It's like she was hoarding all that fabric that it's like, and that you went with. Okay, babe, come on.
Well, unfortunately, Arancha Cristina La Mancha got eliminated. Now, do you think this was fair? Out of everything.
I do. I have to be honest. I do think this was fair. I mean, I don't like to see anyone go. Like, I think bring back All Stars. Was it 7 when there was like?
Yeah, all winners.
Let's do non-eliminations. I think everyone would love that.
Well, Divas, unfortunately that is it for this week's episode of Red Berry Reviews, reviewing episode 2 of UK vs. the World. Thank you very much for coming on, Kitty. Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Kitty, where can we find you on all social medias? If the girls, why are you not following Kitty? If you are, where can we find you?
I am at Kitty Scott Claus, KITTYSCOTTCRAUS on all social media.
Right. How did you do that? Experience spelling her name that quickly.
Yeah, the practice, darling.
Anyway, guys, you can follow me on all social medias at Cherry West UK to find out what I'm doing, who I have on this channel, and all that shit. Anyway, I'll see you all next week for episode 3 of UK vs. Wild. Bye-bye!